watching Diecast Breakdown with Chuck Ellis, David Johns, and Mark McHotwheel. So sit back, strap in, and hang on. The breakdown starts now.
He had to add us.
Well, hey there, folks. Chuck here, and welcome to a special live edition of Diecast Breakdown. I am going to be adding my special Hot Wheel homies and co-hosts, Mr. David Johns and Mr. Mark McHotwheel, live from Las Vegas at Diecast SuperCon. How the heck are you guys? It is so good to see your faces. It's so weird to see you together. I've got to admit.
That's right.
Yeah. So look at that.
It's going great, Chuck.
You're so close. Well, guys. I've been reading the text. I've been seeing the Instagrams. It looks like one heck of an event. So, David, take me away. Tell me what you've been seeing there today.
Okay, it's wild out here. The viewers are going to love the footage that you'll see in future videos. Mark and I, first time we've ever met, and we're having a blast. It's a great venue and tons of incredible contributors to the Diecast community.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got a special guest lined up for this episode, as a matter of fact. And you're going to love him.
Yeah, Mark.
He's looking at me right now. It's making me a little uncomfortable.
Mark, how's it been for you?
Oh, it's been great. Meeting a lot of designers, cool people like Eddie over here. We're about to have on in a second.
Yeah.
And bought some really cool diecast. There's some obscure stuff you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, I saw you had a whole row of 510s that you've added to your collection.
Yeah, I found some Datsuns. I've still got a few more to find, though, for sure.
Fantastic. Well, while we're waiting for our guest, which, by the way, we have a special guest. He is here. He's ready to go. Really? Okay.
He's ready to go.
All right. Well, we are going to skip the usual world of diecast news, and we're going to get straight to our very special surprise guest. We've got Eddie Castro, who is a senior designer over at Maisto. He's going to be joining us. He has been with Maisto since 1996, according to the thing that I read. And he has done work for just about any model car company that you can think of. But Eddie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you, Chuck. It's great to meet you too.
So, Eddie, we've had a lot of great guests, a lot of great designers on the show. And the part that's always the most fascinating for me is finding out where you got the bug from, like where, not the Volkswagen bug, but the actual, the car, the design bug. Like, where did that come from for you?
You know, it's probably going to sound very familiar, but as a kid, just seeing, Hot Wheels, and then just seeing the cars growing up. I grew up in a community that was heavily influenced with lowriders and stuff like that, lowrider culture. So I think that's where I got the bug when I was a kid.
That's very cool. So, so you don't just like wake up one day and get a job designing diecast cars. So what was that process like?
So I started in graphic design. I've been an artist my whole life, and just doodling in my books and stuff like that at school. And I went to school for graphic design, and then I met this guy named Louis Tanahara, who worked at Jada Toys. And this was, I want to say around 99-ish. And so I met him, and he liked my artwork. He liked that I was into doing websites and stuff like that at the time. And he brought me into Jada, and then I was doing e-sheets and all kinds of cool stuff there. And that's how I got into the diecast industry.
That's really cool.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah. So Mark, well, why don't you tell me a bit about, how you met Eddie and how this whole kind of thing came to be?
Well, Eddie actually tried to steal my wallet and some diecast that I had. And I was like, hey, you look familiar.
He looked like a mark that in like a target. Oh,
yeah,
his name is Mark,
he does.
so.
He's an easy mark, literally.
No, we met him over here at his exhibit, not Exhibit the rapper, but his art exhibit right behind me. And I'm
That's
sure you
awesome.
like Exhibit.
Yeah.
You look like an
Course,
Exhibit
man.
guy.
What did he used to do this, right? Like,
Yeah. So yeah, we saw his artwork back here, and it's super sick. And I'm gonna have to pick
Nice.
it up for my shop for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. So Eddie, you're doing like stuff. You're there repping Maisto, but you've also got your own artwork there. So tell me about that.
So I have some stuff here on display. Diecasts that I've designed over the years. I've been at Maisto for 17 years now.
Wow.
And I worked on like Sons of Anarchy. Sorry, it's a little echoing in my ear. Sons of Anarchy bikes. And and then the other stuff here is just my artwork over the years, my personal stuff. That's the stuff that I get really passionate about. I love characters and cars, so that's my big passion.
Awesome. Is there any particular casting that really set you up? It's like this is like I'm really excited to work on this. Like this is the dream casting to do.
Anything hot rods. I just love doing hot rod cars. When I first got to Maisto, I worked on 36 Chevy pickup hot rod, 29 Ford Model A. And then I was doing some custom stuff that was like fantasy cars that were kind of like Merc inspired, stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah. And I've been loving lately. I've seen a lot more 70s and 80s cars and trucks in the Maisto lineup, especially in 164. Like you got the that new Ford Bronco. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's new to me. And there's some more vans and stuff that they're really cool. Like I've really noticed an uptick in the quality of the Maisto 164s, especially. And I think it's been really
you noticing that.
Yeah, no, it really it looks great. Like I love the new. You've got that VW bus is really good. The Buick Grand National is really good. They like really well proportioned, well thought out. The Lamborghini Countach is a really good casting as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so it must be kind of wild to see your designs kind of come to life and then go on the shelf. Like, was there a particular moment for you that really kind of was like, wow, this is happening?
Where I made it.
Yeah. Look, Ma, I made it.
Yeah.
No, I think it was back when I was at Jada. We did import racers. We did street low. That stuff was very hobby, so you didn't see a whole lot of it at the like at Walmart and stuff. But when we did Chubb City, it was a kids line, and it was very cool because it was before they had like any kind of animated series or anything. We created these characters and these cars, and we debuted it at San Diego Comic-Con. And so
that's awesome.
That was really neat just to see everybody get excited about it and see the kids checking it out.
Very cool. Is there like any you said you're really into lowriders and hot rods and stuff. Is there like a magic bullet kind of car, like a car that is high on your list that like you're like, oh man, I'd really like to get my chance at immortalizing this car in diecast?
Yeah, so my favorite car was a car my grandfather had when I was a kid. It was a 54 Chevy Bel Air. And so when I got old, now I went and purchased a 53 Chevy, and it's like the same car, basically the same car. And so you'll see it in a lot of my artwork.
Oh,
like the skateboard up here, and I do different posters and stuff like that. Got different pieces.
Nice.
And to mention the diecast, we're doing '54 Chevy Bel Air in our 3-inch line.
Nice.
That's heavily customized, and then we did a more stock looking one in our 4.5-inch line.
Okay. Very cool. Well, we have got a few questions coming in from the audience. So if you don't mind, we're going to run through those real quick. We got,
Awesome.
we got Bees Diecast Fantasyland is asking if there are any plans for chase models in Maisto.
Yeah. So we did do it in our original custom shop line,
Mhm.
but in Maisto design, I don't think we have any chase cars in there. But we own the Muscle Machines brand. And if you see the Muscle Machines brand at Target or Walmart, there's chase cars there in that series.
Okay. Good to know. I think you already answered this question by saying it, but Maple Leaf Customs, who's a supporter of the show, asks, what is the proper pronunciation of Maisto?
I'll take this one over. It's Maisto.
You know, we get this a lot. A lot of people say Maisto. They say Maisto. Some people say Maisto. I don't know how they get that, but it is Maisto.
Got it. Maisto. All right, Andrew. So Tony says, thanks, Eddie, for many beautiful castings from Maisto. So there, I'm glad we
Thank you.
That's
That's
cleared
awesome,
that up
Tony.
before I
Thanks.
wrote that on. So Bees Diecast Fantasyland also asks, what is your favorite casting design challenge? So what's the thing that you got to overcome that you enjoy most about it?
You know, the difficult thing is trying to get the stance right. Like when we're doing custom stuff and we're trying to get the stance right, and the factory will have issues because they have tolerances to make the car roll and all these different things. So it makes it hard for us to make the cars look cool as
And
we
roll
like.
nice.
And roll nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know all about that,
Yeah.
customizing cars.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like all the bitchin' cars like probably don't roll very well.
Yeah.
At
So
all.
I'm
I don't-
yeah. Well, that's a double-edged sword though, because if they roll too well, like I've had them roll right off the shelf, and that's not good either. You know, especially you pay a lot of money for something, or you work really hard on a custom and it rolls right off the shelf. You know, oh man. But
That's why I use square wheels.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Your little bump stops, little bumper, the parking lot bumpers. So very cool. Well,
Yeah, I collect action figures and stuff,
mhm,
and I have this vinyl set of the gorillas.
mhm.
You know,
Nice.
it was like I think they were like 100 and something per figure, right? Something I don't know.
I'll
But
give
I
you
had 'em-
$15 a piece.
Had them up on my shelf, and 2D, the tallest character, you know, just like stage dived off the show.
Oh no.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So you
We've all
talked-
dropped nice diecasts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of them ones that I worked very hard on and then immediately dropped them and had to repaint the whole thing. But so Eddie, like you talked about this a little, like bringing the cars to life and bringing them to market, but like at Maisto, how did Maisto? Now I'm thinking too hard about it, man. I've overthought it. So at your job, when they come
Yep.
to you, like who is it that says, all right, here's the cars that we're gonna do, and now go do them? Like how does that whole
It's kind of-
meeting start?
It's kind of like how do I say it? Like a joint effort between design, sales, the owners, and that's pretty much it. We have like U.S. sales and Euro Asia sales, so we kind of all meet. We make our suggestions, and you know, a lot of the European sales, they want European or Asian, Japanese vehicles because that's what sells in their market. But I'm always trying to convince them that, you know, people love hot rods everywhere around the world. People love,
Mhm.
I mean, we love it all. We love it all.
Sure.
Love them all, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, very cool. So, Yeah, I'm getting all the questions that are like, can you do this car or that car? So that
Oh,
kind of
yes,
brings up
those great
another
questions.
Yeah, the 60.
Great questions. No.
Yes, Dane wants a 64 Ford Falcon Sprint, for example. But
Let me write that down.
if somebody had a like, do you ever like, is that something that comes into play when picking a car? Like, do you listen? Is there like a way for people to reach out and say, hey, I'd really like to see this casting, or
Yeah, they can
listen to
suggest
the
it on our
fans?
website, Maisto.com or musclemachines.com. We have Virago.com as well.
Wow.
And then on our Instagrams too, you can make suggestions.
Okay, very cool. So, yeah, I think that's kind of the question that everybody, and that's one of the beautiful things about where we're at now is that we live in a time where you can actually just like, you don't have to find an address and put a stamp on an envelope and mail it somewhere. You can actually just like reach directly out to the to people and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So, well, very cool.
And we do read it all. We check it all out. You know, we might not respond to everybody, but we do read it.
Yeah.
I think he already blocked me.
It's like, who's this guy?
Too many things. PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
More 510s.
Yeah. Oh, we got a wayward David Johns joining the crowd. David, can you hear us?
David's.
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
It was over here.
All right, David, do you have any questions for Eddie while we're here?
No, I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna creep and work behind while you guys talk for your stuff. And I just
all right.
Show the viewers some of his amazing art.
Oh yeah, let's. So we're gonna turn it to David. So he's showing off that beautiful. You know, my dad actually had a '59 Chevy wagon just like that one. Not that nice though, but we.
Well, I thought you guys might like a tour.
Yeah, that is awesome. So for those of you listening, we are seeing some of Eddie's artwork right now. Now, Eddie, can you tell us where people can find you, follow you, see more of your artwork?
It's Castro 13 art.
All right, guys, can you get him the mic real quick?
Sure.
All right,
Castro13art.com.
All right,
so CASTRO13art.com.
Wonderful. All right. Well, very cool. Well, thank you so
get that?
much for. Yeah, we got it. So thank you, Eddie, again so much for joining us today. It's really cool to meet you. We really
awesome.
appreciate you taking some time to join us. We'll let you get back to the show because I know you're a busy guy, but hopefully we'll have you back on and we can talk more at length later. Hey, Kimber. All right. Well, thanks, Eddie. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. Thanks for help setting all this up.
Yeah, guys, if you want to stick around for a few minutes and we'll chat a little more and we'll let Eddie get on with his day.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, well, that was Eddie Castro, and really cool of him to join us for a little bit there as we're live from Las Vegas. So we're gonna talk for a few minutes over here while they get all that squared away, and it looks like David and Mark are rejoining their spots at our anchor desk, our makeshift anchor desk over there. And all right, we're sharing a mic here. We're next year we're going to be a little bit better set up, but unfortunately I had to cancel my plans last minute for some family stuff, but I'm glad I can be here and
gonna sit on my lap
and help with the tech issues from afar. But that was really awesome. Thank you again, guys, for setting that up. So guys, tell me a bit about who you've been meeting, who you've been seeing over there, because I've been seeing a lot of famous faces over there.
Well, we just got the opportunity to talk to Chad Lindbergh from Fast and Furious. Gave him one of our lovely customs that you made,
Nice.
Chuck.
Oh, that's really cool.
And yeah, he was thrilled.
Yeah.
He liked it a lot.
Nice. Which one did he get?
Yeah. I think it was just the wagon.
Okay, you got
Which
the
one
wagon.
is that the Cruise Bruiser? Or?
The Cruise Bruiser, yeah.
I think you got the Cruise Bruiser.
Nice. So it's not exactly a Jetta, but I can make him a Jetta. So
yeah, we can make him a Jetta.
But yeah, and again, thank you, Kimber, for putting it in the comments. But Castro13art.com is where you can find more about Eddie. So look at that.
I'm going to
There
jump
it
in
is.
here, Chuck.
Chad Lindbergh
Some
Jetta.
of the biggest names in our diecast hobby, some of the guys that pick out the cars that we see on the shelves, we've talking to them, and we have talked all about Diecast Breakdown. They're going to be future guests on the show. Nobody has promised a Saturn yet, but it's really close. It's closer than ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many times have you said the word Saturn in the last 48 hours?
As many times more than you guys wanted me to.
It's something you got to just speak into existence.
You gotta manifest it, man.
right.
If we didn't speak this show into existence, it wouldn't be here. So
That's right.
Mark is dropping bombs of wisdom for us.
Yes, pearls of nuggets of
who else? Yeah,
crumbs of wisdom.
We've run into Luke Duke, Daisy Duke. They are in the house.
Yeah.
He pushed David out of the way to get an autograph from me.
Nice.
It was weird.
Well,
right.
Yeah. Who knew Luke Duke was a Hot Wheels homie? Go figure. That is really awesome. Well, yeah. So and I saw that Anthony Schmidt, the really gifted diecast photographer, is there, and he's been hanging out. I saw he had a picture of Chad Lindbergh. We're still working on. I know he's probably our most requested guest. I get probably at least one message a week from people saying, when are you going to have Anthony Schmidt on? And, guys, we would love to have him on. We have talked to him repeatedly. We're working with his schedule. He's a very busy kid.
Yep.
And we also want to be respectful of his privacy as well. So
he's up for an award at this convention, guys. He's here to be inducted. I don't know exactly the honor, but he is going to be receiving some kind of recognition, and well-deserved, right? Absolutely cool story. And you guys have got to go check anything you can find about Anthony Schmidt and his photography, including some reviews that Chuck has done of his books.
Very cool. All right. Well, I am going to do the news real quick because I know you guys have been a little busy for doing the actual news because you're actually over there making news. So real quick, I'm going to be going through what is exciting me in the world of diecast, since I am sitting back here working around the house and doing my research. So first off, I am going to shout out the Hot Wheels Tuned Edition has got something that is a Fast and Furious version of the 70 Dodge Charger. So that is very cool. And I've also, we've also got the, we've also got the 23rd Annual Collectors Nationals are coming up in Columbus, Ohio. They've announced the cars for that. They got an IROC Z, and they got that really sweet 1963 Ford F100 is coming back with a really cool custom paint job. They're limiting these to 6,200 each, and they will only be available at the Collectors Nationals in Columbus, Ohio coming up. David, I saw this one, and I thought this has got David all over it. It is a Majorette Dacia 1300 Bucharest taxi cab. Unfortunately, it does have opening doors, so that is our automatic star removal for David, and I don't believe it has lens headlamps, but it's a Dacia 1300 taxi cab, people.
I mean, how many of you guys have cars from Romania on your shelves?
Exactly.
Right?
Not me.
Yeah.
No, I never will.
Tarmac Works has released its March 2023 pre-order lineup. A lot of really great stuff there. That Lancia Delta Integral is really cool looking. And I believe that's a Renault down there. And we got the the Swedish 510, as I like to call it, the Volvo 240. Inno64 is releasing the Range Rover Classic. It is a beautiful looking casting. Very excited about that. And that's what's exciting us in the world of diecast. So what's exciting you? Let us know in the comments below. But guys, I know that you are really busy and there's a whole lot more show left for you to do, and you guys have got to get ready to go. So we're going to have this be kind of a shorter episode. I'm going to let you guys get back to it. But really quick, what's this? What's that? Oh, wow.
I think it's a Amazon exclusive or something like that I bought for $20. Got a Datsun right there. Flip it around. Beautiful.
Very cool. Love it. I love it so much. So All right. Well, guys, this is really awesome. I am so glad we were able to do this live. And next year, for sure, we will be doing it live with all three of us together. And we're going to get a booth and we're going to do all this really good stuff since we're manifesting stuff into happening. And of course, we couldn't do that without our amazing patrons and members who have helped support the show. I want to thank them for helping us out and helping us get this far. And, you know, we're really stepping things up in 2023. We're doing a lot more shows. We're going to be talking to a lot more people. I am really excited with the list of guests that the guys have already texted me that they've gotten from this show alone. So it's going to be really taking off. So make sure you subscribe, like, hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future live shows. We will be back with a pre-recorded interview episode next week, Sunday at 5:30, and then the following Sunday at 5:30 Eastern time, we will be live yet again. So, you know, again, David's giving us a quick pan of the show floor there as we wrap things up. Really cool. Great. Awesome to see that. And thank you, everybody, for joining us live and bearing with us as we sort through the various technical difficulties. But as always, we want to thank you for coming along with us for the ride. So until next time, stay fresh, cheese bags.
You got it.